Hello and welcome to another episode of Golden Bear Weekly, your inside look at KU Athletics. I'm Dan Kerrigan. On this week's show, we'll take a look at women's basketball junior Chantelle Schroeder, who's helped the Golden Bears jump out to a 16-6 record. With a playoff spot on the line, Schroeder's consistently become a reliable asset for Coach Janet Maloof. Here's Jimmy Johnson with the story.
Chantelle Schroeder, or as her coach and teammates call her, Canada, has made her mark on the 2008-09 KU women's basketball team. Coming from Ontario, Canada, Schroeder has taken some time to adjust to the NCAA version of basketball, but now that she's got it down, she's been a force to reckon with in the PSAC.
I think coming in as a freshman, it was really hard because I had never played in the States because I'm from Canada, so that was hard, and I had rode the bench for 2 years, but I think working hard is really important. Like, you can't give up. You always have to work hard, and I worked really hard, not just in the season, but off season too, so that helped a lot. So when I came back, I was ready to play and ready to contribute.
So what are the differences she's had to adjust to?
I think here we take it a little more seriously than we do at home. Like, we do have competitive basketball in university and college, but it's nothing like the NCAA level is here. So I think that was a big difference, is just taking it, being a little more intense, a little more serious about it.
Head coach Janet Maloof has watched this progression and can see why her junior center is averaging 10.9 points and 6.5 rebounds per game.
Chantelle, if you don't mind, I'll call her Canada, that's her nickname for us on the team here, has really improved her game dramatically from her first 2 years here. We knew it was going to take a little time, and we told her to be a little patient, but naturally all kids are a little anxious because they really want to contribute and play right away. And it's really taken her 2 years, one, to get adjusted to playing college ball, shot clock, and all those things, but we had to get her comfortable depending where she's going to play. Because if you look at Canada, she's an undersized center in our league. She's only about 5'10", and first year she came in here, we had her at the center spot a little bit, and she's not as tall as the other kids in the league, so she goes, well, let's move outside a little bit. So we moved her out to the 4 spot, and that means you really have to handle the ball a whole lot better, and she doesn't feel that comfortable doing that. So this year we moved her back into the center spot, and we opened it up a little bit more. So she doesn't have to handle the ball as much, but it also opens up a lot of things for her and allows her to use her strength, which is basically she's very quick, she's a good boxer out, and she rebounds the ball very well. So, her jump in her game has been tremendous. She's really improved her shooting range over the last couple of years, so she's easily can make shots from 15 feet, but she's very, very good and very quick around the basket. So I can't tell you how proud I am of her, and she's really the most improved player on our team from a year ago to this point.
Schroeder is one of many reasons why the team is 6-3 in the PSAC East and looking for its first bid to the postseason in 2 years, something that would mean a lot to Schroeder.
That would mean everything. Like, my goal here was to come here and I don't have to be the best. I don't have to make all the baskets, but to contribute. And for me to be able to contribute and help coach do well and to help our team do well is important to me.
Already guaranteed to record Coach Maloof's 9th winning season in 15 years, Schroeder can pick out the reasons why the 2008-09 team is off to the best start since 2000.
I feel like with this team, there's nobody that's just for themselves. There's nobody, like, we do have, we know Melissa McQuaid's doing really good this year, and she's like leading us. But I feel like everybody in the team contributes and helps. Like, if one person's not playing well, somebody else can step up and really help. And I think that just playing together as like one team is really important. It's like really helping us out.
The team's progression that Schroeder has witnessed over the past 3 years is what stands out in her mind.
The best part of coming here is really growing as a team. Like last year, my first 2 years here, we didn't really do that well as a team. And this year to be doing so well and being able to contribute and help the team out and seeing the team come together and win games is like, and being able to like dig and come back is really nice.
It's also very nice for Coach Maloof to see.
It's always a question mark. You always want to make playoffs, and we weren't really sure what was going to happen. We lost 3 starters and returner kids from a year ago, and we had 2 other kids not come back. So we really lost 5 kids. So we're looking at kids who are playing right now that aren't as experienced as obviously starters, Canada being one of those. And Chantelle was always a support player and a role player her first 2 years, and now she's had to really step into a limelight in a starting position where we're hoping for consistency every game. And she's really risen to the occasion. But that's true of a bunch of our girls. I mean, Katie Dobies has now been starting for us, done a great job. Rachel Weissman has done a good job. Our 2 steady sophomores, between Meredith and Melissa. So there's a good core there. And then we had Vivian step up, and she's doing much better in her junior year. And we've really had to overcome a lot of obstacles. We've had injuries, we've had people missing games for a whole variety of reasons, not necessarily their doing, but just from injuries and accidents, and we've been able to muddle through them and weather the storm, and a lot of that's testament to kids such as Canada, never quitting, never giving up. It doesn't matter who's playing in this game, we're just going to keep playing and playing hard. So we're all kind of back together now, we're all semi-healthy, and we're hoping to make a real good push down the stretch here.
The Golden Bears will travel to Millersville on Saturday and host Westchester on Wednesday. For Golden Bear Weekly, I'm Jimmy Johnson.
Thanks, Jimmy. Now let's take a look around the campus with John Leonard to catch up with some highlights from last week.
In men's basketball, Coach Bernie Driscoll and his Golden Bears collected their 8th straight win in the PSAC East play on Wednesday with a win over Mansfield. KU was led by Dave Benn, who had 24 points, and Stephen Dennis, who had 22. The two guards are averaging better than 20 points a game for the Golden Bears, who are ranked 5th in the Atlantic region at 19-3 overall and 8-1 in the PSAC East. The 8th straight division wins is a school record. In swimming, the Golden Bear women extended the school record wins to 11 with a 152-104 win over Rowan last Saturday. The Golden Bears will now prepare for the PSAC Championships, which run from February 19th through February 22nd. In indoor track and field, Joanna Horseman set a new school record in the 1,000. She ran the race in 2 minutes and 59.8 seconds at the DeShriver Invite at East Stroudsburg. In wrestling, Joe Kemmerer is still undefeated and still ranked number 1 nationally in Division II. He's 21-0 on the season and 53-3 as a Golden Bear. And that's your Kutztown campus tour. I'm John Leonard.
Thank you, John. And just a friendly reminder that the KU men's and women's basketball teams will be playing at home with pivotal contests against Westchester on Wednesday. Come out to Kutztown Hall to cheer on the Golden Bears. Well, we thank you for tuning in here on iTunes U or YouTube. Join us next week for another episode of Golden Bear Weekly. And remember, you can always add to your KU sports knowledge by logging on to www.kubears.com. Have a great week.